Good morning, good morning. This is CEO Trades. Today is Monday, May 17th, 9:19 Eastern Standard Time. Today we're looking at a few crypto and stocks. The stock market had a wild weekend. Thanks, Elon Musk. You have made outstanding claims in reference to Bitcoin and so on, some of which is true, but I believe that he has exaggerated a bit and it has caused an overall roller coaster ride. As you can see here, Bitcoin had a high of 64,000 back on April 14th, and it went down to 42 or so, 48,000 right here. And then it went back up to 59,000. Now we're down at 44. I'd say it's a good time to dip by. I would wait a little bit longer today because this can change momentarily. But if you have the money to put in, we're going to look at the hour chart just to see what the overall claim. So you can see it's basically on a downtrend, and as people start to wake up here in the U.S. because an average most people are not used to trading on the weekends, I'd say that we should see some moves by around 11 or 12 this morning. It will either stay flat, go down a little bit more. I should say it should find support between 40 and 42,000, and then this is the big question you want to ask yourself. Why have I lost money? Did you think it was easy to invest? Yep, it's easy to invest. However, to know the long term trends, to know the intermediate trends, to know the daily trends, it takes some time, some effort, some knowledge. It takes some research. And that's where we come in. We that have been around for a few years now and have seen these market ups and downs, these roller coaster rides that most people are not used to, that's a reality. Bitcoin in general has dropped a good 14 times since it started. The stock market has dropped in the last 100 years 14 times or so. So the reality is that there are more swings in cryptocurrencies, meaning there are more opportunities to be made because of these quicker shifts. Everyone right now that has unemployment checks and is has been very comfortable receiving whatever amount that they're receiving now is a challenge time because the government is starting to turn around and is starting to request people to show proof that they're looking for work and so on. I don't know how that's going to come about, but eventually the government's going to stop these unemployment checks. And what are you going to do? Are you going to still invest? Are you going to go back to your old ways? What is going to happen? So this is Bitcoin. I really believe in Bitcoin. This has dropped a good 35% from its highs. I would say it's a good dip high. If it goes to 40 and it doesn't break, give it a little time because even if it just touches 40 and it might burst up, but usually it just consolidates for a bit, just like it's doing here for the last few hours. Since what? Um, since yesterday, it has been pretty much on a consolidating path because you can see right here at what 7 p.m. yesterday evening, right here where this red candle is dipping right here. From then on, it's pretty much straight through. I know that there are swings right here. It went up and down, but now it's consolidating. It might go down as the market opens. I said by 11 in the morning, 12 midday Eastern Standard Time, we should have more of a clear view. I want to show you three more other cryptos that I am looking at that are worthwhile of your time. Give me 1 second here as we bring these up for you. ADA. ADA is none other than Cardano. Cardano is making the moves. Although I sold at 225, I could have sold at 240, 260. I wasn't watching it and I was on my phone. I couldn't see where this was. I sold at 225, which was, I believe, right in here somewhere. And I was pretty much feeling that this might not continue its trend, but I see it's consolidating here. There's a chance that it will break out. There's a chance that it will go down to two or below. I am betting on that it will go down below two so that I can jump back in and then ride it. I like Cardano for the long term, but however, I cashed out, doubling my returns. Another stock that I'm also looking at is XRP, which is also another good long-term investment. XRP is a penny coin. It's anything under $5, I consider a penny coin. So it's $1.49 now. I bought back when it was 40 cents, 60 cents, and I've bought recently. And this one, as you can see, is also on a roller coaster ride. You can see here that on May 9th, it started out at $1.50, and we're back to that $1.50 pretty much mark. So in the last several days, it hasn't done much of a change. However, I like this one for the long term. You see it dropped here. This would have been a good dip by anywhere even below here, below the $1.44 to $1.34 range. However, for the long term, anywhere in here, I'd say it's going to drop just a little bit. By midday, it should drop. And then it's good for a dip buy. Don't be afraid to buy anywhere along here, because even if the stock, if the coin goes down, eventually it's going to go back up. Chances are that you're going to be purchasing, investing into this when it's going down. And don't be afraid of what's going to happen. MATIC, this was introduced by someone that I know, and MATIC, as I invested in it, is already up a good 30 cents a coin for me. For you, you can see that it's pretty much on a consolidating path right here. And it made a breakout here in the last hour, although I don't know if this is going to hold, but I do like this. I believe it's going to break this 190 mark up here, 188. It will break that in the next hours or days. Maddox is a good investment for the long term as well. And one last one that we're going to look here is XLM. XLM is somewhat on a similar path as well. It went down 10%, as you could see there quickly. And as this chart pulls up in the week, pretty much from when it started, May 9th, I believe this is what it is. It was down here at 60, and now it's at 68. I would say it's going to come back down to about 64 range, and then anywhere in here is a good dip buy. Even now is a good dip buy, but I'd like to wait and see what happens in the morning, and then it should go head back up to this 70, mid 70-ish range, which would be for a third run. I'm hoping it won't take the whole week to do that, but that would be some nice returns if you've got money to invest in that. Now, I'd like to look at a few stocks in the stock market. So let me just change screens here and show you what I'm looking at. These are some of the stocks that are moving. MOXC. Is there any news? Well, Moxian shares move lower. There are some discretionary advertisements in reference to this saying, uh, telling people extreme buyer beware on Moxian Inc. We believe investors buying the stock here own a zero with missing entities. Uh-oh. So that's dangerous. Although it's weird that people will invest in the negative news, and you see it went up to 12 from 9 when it was here, and when it started 9 and it went up to 12, now it's back down to 10. It'll probably, it might be on a downtrend. It's losing momentum. It looks weak. So I would be careful on that one right there. BPY, BPY. Let's see what kind of news it has. Boost price target. Okay, so it has an expected price target of um, to 1817, which is already has reached that goal. So I don't expect it to do much more than that, although I see it's a little weak on the amount of trades that have been, the amount of shares that have been traded. Let me see if there's anything else moving in stocks. I don't see much there. Don't see much here. I still think that the plays are still within the crypto related stocks. As you can see here, Ethereum has 34.66. Let me just change my chart here, view. And okay, so you can see it gapped down over the weekend, Ethereum, and now it's back at this level. We're expecting it'll probably drop to closer to 3, which I'd like to dip buy. I recommend dip buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are long-term stocks. These are long-term coins that will make your return worthwhile. I expect this Ethereum by July to hit 6,000. It hit 43. And you could see it hit shortly. Just give it a few days or weeks and you're going to see this come back up. So if you're looking for investment ideas, these are educational. And this is an educational platform where we educate, train, and develop people. This is the start of the opening bell at the stock market. And I believe that you're going to see a move, and get ready, get set. Have a fantastic week. Remember, the best account to build is your knowledge account, because the rest will grow multiplied. Enjoy the process.